Hey guys, crew Blind Wave here. I'm Shane.
I'm Rick.
And today we're going to do episode 2, or it's basically movie 2.
Yeah.
Of Sherlock.
Sherlock BBC.
Yes, and like I said, Rick has seen it, he vaguely remembers it, probably a little more than the other guys. That's why he's leading me through it.
Yep.
I watched the first episode, absolutely loved it. Especially because I honestly, it was voted on, and honestly, guys, I was like, ah, shit. But it's really good, man. I love the cast. I love the music. The
style of it is so cool too. Like, with all the different like text messages, yeah, it's slick.
It reminds me of the guy who did what the fuck's that movie? Kingsman.
Kingsman. Okay.
Was it Guy Ritchie?
I think so.
Okay. It reminded me of that.
Yep.
That kind of style.
Sure. I can see that.
It was good shit, man. You know, I don't know any idea what the second one's about.
It's slick. It's smooth. This is The Blind Baker.
The Blind Baker.
It's actually a little less tied to the original stories. It has a few nods here and there, but it's largely its own original story.
That might be a good thing.
Yep.
That might be a good thing. I'm ready to start. Are you?
Let's go.
All right.
The deposit left on the clay creates this beautiful patina over time.
They told me that at Tivana in Columbus. I'm really in love with cast iron teapots. They're actually phasing them out of these big tea stores. Going with like the glass, trendy, new age fucking hipster thing. Bunch of godlessness.
Unexpected item in bagging area. Please try again.
This is the worst. I would rather fight a Moroccan assassin than be in an automated checkout that wasn't working.
Well, yeah. I wrote down The Blind Baker earlier.
That's what I said.
It's Baker.
Oh, damn.
I sent them a message.
What did you do with the guy afterwards?
Scotland Yard.
So, you're doing well. You've been abroad a lot.
Well, so?
Flying all the way around the world twice in a month.
How could you tell? You tell me there was a stain on my tie from some special kind of ketchup you can only buy in Manhattan.
No,
Or if it was the mud on my shoes.
It's probably paperwork or something, right?
I was just chatting with your secretary outside. She told me.
I wonder if you could just look at me and tell. You know, obviously it's fiction, but I want to know.
Sure, definitely.
This is in advance. Tell me how he got in. There's a bigger one on its way.
I don't need an incentive.
He's kidding you, obviously. Shall I look after that for him?
Lord. He had to buy his nice suits from somewhere, though, you know?
Yeah, it's not really clear how he makes his money in this. He takes money in the original stories.
I just locked my keys in my flat.
Do you want me to buzz you in?
Yeah, and can I use your balcony?
What?
You should have waited to ask that.
As an expensive apartment.
Well.
Yes. He was being threatened.
The fuck is that?
But if his door was locked from the inside, how did the killer get in?
Good. You're finally asking the right questions.
He smirked at him.
Why would you just not listen to him?
I don't know. You figured he would know to listen to him by now, you know?
I mean, he's wrong. He's not always right, but he's always right when it matters. So far, anyway.
Yeah. He's a fat, scared man.
Diabetes finally catching up to him.
He's snooping around, huh?
If a coworker of mine didn't show up for work, I would investigate. Unless it was Calvin, then it's normal.
Yeah.
Learned clarinet at school.
Someone pick up that fucking phone.
I said, could you pass me a pen? What will? About an hour ago. That's how he got into the bank. He ran along the window ledge and onto the terrace.
That's a bigger job, though.
That's a Tom Cruise climb.
This gallery is a listed public building.
No, wait. It's not me who painted that. I was just holding this for...
A bit of an enthusiast, are we?
I think they would believe him.
Perhaps she was getting a bit of unwanted attention.
So creepy you make someone quit.
Why would he get a taxi into town and then the tube back?
Because he was delivering something heavy.
Are Pointed Shoulders back in? Or were they back in 2010?
No, on blazers and stuff?
No, on her.
I don't know, Joy has some stupid ass things she wears.
Yeah.
I made fun of her one time and she never wore it again. She won't buy one. I did that to her and she just never wore it again. Oh. It didn't feel like something he would do.
Someone else has been here.
He's not the first.
He's still here.
Oh, shit. God damn it. He's lucky. What'd he take? Oh, he put something in his pocket. You probably wouldn't like the idea of someone getting the jump on him, you know? I knew it!
It's been painted over. Don't worry, I remember all of it.
Really?
Yeah, well, at least I would if I can get to my pockets.
He took a picture of it, yeah.
Sounds like Game Boy turning on.
Yesterday, only one of those pots was shining.
Maybe she's here. How obsessed you have to be? Like, quit a job and sneak in there and fill these teapots so they don't crumble.
You haven't seen what I do to my board game, Shane.
You knew him well when you were living back in China.
Oh, yes.
They were together.
He's my brother.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
What's the code?
It's based upon a book.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
Shouldn't have left her, John.
Oh. Fucking shit, are you kidding me? Damn it!
Changed her hair.
What?
Suits you better this way.
Is he trying to flatter her?
Yes, he's playing with her hurt, the bastard. It's not her body. It's those bodies.
Yep.
Oof. Bottom of the foot?
That'd be a terrible place to get a tattoo.
Okay, so what's the message?
Depends on the book. That's the cunning of book code.
What book would you use?
A lot of people, when they do ciphers, they normally use a Bible. But I've tried, like, the problem is I don't have a book that has all the words I use.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And there's different ways to do it, but I don't know. That's actually,
The Bible's a good one.
That's one thing I want to talk about, actually, with ciphers, so. That'd be a pain to look through them all, man. Gotta go to work.
He hasn't buzzed the intercom for ages. Let me go and have a word.
Oh, shit, I hope he's not asleep. Oh, I don't want to get fired, no.
I'm sorry, that's not very professional.
No, not really.
No, it wasn't a date.
Good. I mean,
And I don't have one tonight.
So she likes him, so that's good.
Good. I'd be pissed, though.
London for one night only.
Thanks, but I don't come to you with dating advice.
it's years since anyone took me to the circus. I think they're probably from China.
Yes, I think so, yes.
So I wonder if she's gonna get in on the mission by accident, you know?
Yeah. I'm sure Sherlock didn't suggest it out of the goodness of his heart.
Actually, I have 3 in that name.
No, I don't think so. We only booked 2.
And then I phoned back and got one for myself as well.
Hi.
Hello. Well, I'm trying to get off with Sarah. Hey.
Oh, damn. The camera makes it look like it's pointed towards her. Oh, come on, man. Oh, shit.
I saw a Chinese-inspired Cirque du Soleil when I was in Vegas.
Oh, really?
It's very good.
That's kind of loud, man. Did she lock him in? Oh, God.
Oh, no. Not again. You just can't catch a break.
Oh, it sucks. Damn, yo. Oh, wow.
These circus performers were gang members sent here to get it back.
Get what back?
We don't know.
You don't know.
You have a pretty good idea.
At least now she can understand, though, why he was up.
Yeah.
This is what you do. You and John, you solve puzzles for a living.
Consulting detective.
You waited and pointed out the whole time, haven't you?
Whilst we were running around the gallery, she started to translate the code. Must be on her desk.
Thank God for her, right? How'd he miss that, though?
You never saw it.
I figured he'd be the kind of guy who'd look over things over and over.
Do we have the treasure? I don't understand.
Oh.
Fuck.
Got them both.
That's fucking nuts. She might not want anything to do with him after this. That bitch. He's shooting a fucking crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Chinese proverb, Mr. Holmes.
I'm not Sherlock Holmes.
Debit card, name of S. Holmes.
Take my card.
Yes, that's not actually mine. He lent that to me.
The check for £5,000 made out in the name of Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
He gave me to look after.
The price for her life. Information.
I hate seeing women in distress. It's a terrible feeling, you know?
Sherlock Holmes is nothing at all like him. How would you describe me, John? Resourceful, dynamic, enigmatic?
Late?
Just move her.
Move the chair, bro.
Move the chair. Knock her over.
Can't she just fucking...
Yep, that's what I would do.
Jeez Louise.
That's her brother, right?
Yep.
I mean, is her chair bolted down? Where's the crazy Asian lady at?
She didn't like the odds.
It's not like you couldn't catch a menopausal woman.
She does have a gun.
Next date won't be like this.
I don't even know if I'd say that.
Nope.
He didn't catch the guys this time, really.
I mean, they killed the assassin.
Yeah.
So they have a body, but...
Why so much?
Depends who owned it.
A hairpin.
Jade.
Write that down.
It's,
No room. No room.
Spaces in London.
Oh my god, I literally erased it.
Down into some of those houses. Just have a look at it.
in front of him the whole time.
9 million!
Is he gonna let her keep it?
You'd think they'd still come after it.
Is that the M? It's an M.
Yeah.
It's a Moriarty. What's his name?
Moriarty?
Moriarty.
Could be. All right, episode 2.
Guys, I actually erased my notes on this fucking thing, but
You still as into it as the first one?
I mean, it was slower getting into it. Do they have different directors?
Sometimes, yes.
It felt different than the first one. Like, it didn't break down his mental process as much. And I like when it happens, but it was obviously still real cool. And we're still getting little bits and pieces of his personality. Like, he can be, he can fake, be nice, and act like a normal person, and he can use charm to persuade people.
Right.
Like he did with that mortician.
It's just not his natural state.
Yeah.
Like, it's another tool in the toolbox.
One thing I noticed is when he was on the phone, he put on a smiley face too, which is weird because when I was in selling cars, they would encourage us to get up and smile and act like we're talking to a person.
Right, you sound like you're smiling. Same thing I was told to do phone interviews.
Really?
To smile while you're doing it.
Yeah.
You'd think, like, I understand he gets into a place and he's very focused, but like, especially after someone tries to kill you, let Watson in.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. One thing about his personality is, like, that guy got the jump on him.
Right.
Which is only the first time out of the 2 times he got something wrapped around his neck in this episode. And he didn't even mention the Watson at all.
Right.
Which is kind of funny. It's actually really funny.
Yeah, he definitely wants to appear, like, superior, you know?
Yeah. He wasn't as much of a prick in this one, which, you know, he was such a prick last time.
He was to the...
That one guy.
Well, and he really was to the coroner girl. Like, getting her hopes up that, like, there might be something there just to get to the bodies. That sucks.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it does suck, but I feel like that happens all the time in the dating game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, one thing I guess I just noticed between American and in production and British, like I see in Doctor Who sometimes, and I kind of see it in this, like, they'll take the extra step in transition. Like, they'll show them, like we gotta go this way, and we gotta go here and get something first. And then they'll go to that location, and they'll get it. And
not just cut.
And then, well, for one thing, yeah, it does show them, like, just running somewhere for a while before it cuts.
Right.
And it'll show them, like, we gotta go here first and get something. I think I noticed the last episode. And then they go there and they get it, and then they go to they go to A to B to C. They don't. But when I'm looking at it from an editing point of view, I'm thinking they can cut out B.
American TV.
And there's an implication that, like, they went to B, So they go to ABC instead of just going to C.
Sure. I think American television is a lot snappier.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
And, you know, it's all about...
Some of it's cultural, too.
Sure.
Like, if you watch... I mean, I watch a lot of, like, Jackie Chan movies in Chinese production and Japanese production. And there's, like, Japanese production. There's a lot of exposition.
Right.
Especially in anime that... In Americans, you don't need that. You don't need to say it if you can show it. Like, sometimes it's better to say it.
Sure.
You know? It's one thing I noticed. It was cool. And one time when I thought that was going to happen, and that was really cool, how they fucking painted over when Watson found that wall.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's like someone was watching it.
Yeah. Well, until that happened, when they painted over, which would be funny. In my head, I was thinking it'd be funny if it was painted over. And it was. Is when he saw it, he went to go I said the doctor. He went to go get Sherlock.
Right.
He said, "Hey, come here," and then they cut it. And he was in American production. I was thinking he would go, "Sherlock," and then Sherlock would come, and he was looking at it.
Sure.
So they had to get him away. That way they can come back and then see that someone painted over it. So I got that. But before that, I thought it was like, man, it's just, you know.
Well, I mean, you know, part of it is the trail, right? And showing like, well, maybe there's some red herrings and like all this is taking a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see what you mean. That some of that could be cut.
No, I mean it's not like I needed it to be cut. Like I'm not one of those snobs. I'm not like Eric Whiteley. It's different from what I'm used to.
Right.
But I enjoyed it very much. I enjoy, you know, when you read, you know, Lord of the Rings and you're on this journey, you're walking with these people forever.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know what I'm saying?
Something I enjoy too in British shows and just British people in general, like the different and the darker sense of humor, but also being very much more polite just in general, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird contrast. How you're a lot more polite with like strangers, I feel, but with like people that you like and are close to, you can be a lot darker and...
Yeah. You know what's weird is like some of my British friends, like, and they're very nice, but we talk about like to them, a lot of the rich people, I guess just like over here, they're really snobby. Like, okay, in American movies, like you know, every time there's a bad guy and he's British, he's always like a prick and he's a snob. Or
right.
Of course. Like our movies paint British people as like these snobby, stuck-up people.
Right.
When probably it's just because the ones that are over here, you know, in the movies are the rich ones. You know what I mean? Who would be more snobbish.
There were a few ties to the books in this one.
Okay.
Not nearly as overt as the first episode.
Yeah.
The fact of having the murder victim being locked inside of a room that like no one could get to other than by climbing.
Yeah.
Comes from the sign of 4.
Okay.
So that's from the books.
Okay.
Watson actually being kidnapped and mistaken for Holmes comes from the man with the twisted lip.
Okay.
And I thought they tied that together kind of nicely where like he's talking through the door and the old Asian woman's like spying on him, taking pictures, and she overhears him saying like, "Oh, I'm Sherlock Holmes." You know, he was being sarcastic.
That was funny. Yeah, that was. I mean, what an unfortunate turn.
It is unfortunate, and it even makes more sense because of like the language barriers. She might not get sarcasm.
Yeah.
As much in a different language. You know?
Yeah.
So I quite like that. And the obvious most connection in this is the most famous cipher in Sherlock Holmes. There's one called The Dancing Men, The Adventure of the Dancing Men. And it's just stick figures and different like poses and stuff. And that's the cipher in one of the mysteries.
That's a cipher.
Yep. Yeah, each man stands for a letter. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Okay.
I was just really into ciphers when I was a kid, actually.
I remember researching a lot in 8th grade because we had to do some of a project. Actually, it's one thing I didn't get done and I got a bad grade on because I didn't complete it. What was her name? Sin Lu? The Chinese?
Sin Lu.
Sin Lu. Yeah, I felt so bad that she died, man. Saw her brother and fucking killed her. Fucking prick.
I know. Did you think...
And that fucking shitty, that creepy white kid, you know, who was going to her house. I hope you're okay. He'd never get a date with a girl like that. One of those nice boys.
Did you think
you used to be a nice boy?
Did I?
Yeah, I mean...
Did you actually think that Watson's girlfriend was going to die? Or date?
I didn't think they would kill her and the other girl.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't think she's going to die. I didn't think they'd still be together in the end.
They were walking like, you know...
Yeah, they were chummy in the end.
Yeah, so it seems okay.
I don't know. That was pretty dark as she died, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, when they were in the circus, I thought something was going on. Like, she's going to turn at the last second and hit them because she knew it was them in the crowd. That's what I kind of thought.
Sure. And she would have known at that point.
And then I thought she would have got killed there. You know what I mean? And that freaking guy barely got out of there, didn't he?
He did.
And he's like, ah! He's like yelling. I'm like, oh, God. It's crazy. Now, about ciphers, one thing that reignited my interest in them is I did private security for a buddy who's a lawyer. I basically did private security with him and some other buddies for a while. We used to work out together. We became pretty good friends. We did some crazy things. So, and I wrote in my head I have like a lot of cool things to write down. I'm like, well, I can't write any of these things down in case people find them. Mm-hmm. And I did some interesting things in my life that I don't want my kids to know. Not really, unless they're smart to figure it out one day when they're much older. You know what I mean? So like some of these places like in Marietta, like they're important to me, or just okay, like for instance, the word Athens, like thankfully that's in the Bible. You know what I mean? But which is a crazy location in my life. But there's other things that are in the Bible that like there's no way I can do this unless I just write the word. Sure. You know what I mean?
It would almost need to be the dictionary.
Now, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, because when I write my journal, it's a detailed account of things.
Sure.
And I use slang.
Normally when you, normally a cipher isn't so much for journal as it is for, like, small messages that you would, like, telegraph someone, right?
But I mean, okay, like, when I saw The Prestige in 2008, there was a Hugh Jackman, it was Christian Bale's character, he had, like, a journal / guide to all his magic tricks.
Yeah.
He used a cipher. I thought that was the coolest fucking thing. And then, like, your wife, who had... she had these books that she stained or something and made them look like these fucking old-ass, badass books. I'm like, I want her to make me a book like that, and I want to put my shit in there, and you have to crack it with a cipher.
She actually kept her journal in binary.
Binary.
So it was kind of like a cipher.
Okay, well, you know what's weird is I looked at binary, I looked at all these other things, but the idea of a cipher and using a book to decode it sounds more appealing to me.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
What I mean?
I've used a cipher twice in my life. One time, I got Aaron a gift for his birthday, and it had a combination lock on it.
Yeah.
And I gave him a cipher to solve the combination.
Okay.
With.
That's pretty cool.
And another time.
Was that 8th grade?
It was in junior high. And then actually, it might have also been in 8th grade when I used it the second time. I stole all of the test answers for my teacher.
Oh, really?
And I put them in my locker, and I gave her the cipher.
Really?
To solve it.
So you guys were that chummy you could do that?
Yeah.
I thought you stole them and you put in a cipher, and any of the ones in your classmates you could crack them and they would deserve to get them. One time for Joy, I did a cipher, like I had to scavenger hunt, and the last part she had to use a cipher for a location.
Yeah.
So that was the only time I used it. It's such a daunting thing to go through it all, really.
Yeah, it is.
And then I'd have to have all my stuff that I don't want anyone in the world to know at all. Until like after I'm dead and my kids are much older. You know what I mean? Like I'd have to have it out and I'd have to be doing it. I'd have to go out of town and do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pretty much. But I love the idea of ciphers, so it was really intriguing.
Sure. And with like the Turing machine and everything, cracking the Enigma in World War II, I can see the English especially being obsessed with ciphers.
Yeah. Yeah.
They kind of cracked it. So, but yeah, pretty good. Fun episode. Again, largely self-contained. The only hanging ledge of it is the Moriarty stuff.
Yeah, so that was Moriarty.
It probably was.
Okay. Well, I saw the M.
The M, yeah. How do you think he's going to get involved in this? Do you think he's going to send assassins? Do you think
I don't know. I mean,
more elaborate than that?
I mean, I feel like there's a big overarching thing that they're going to tie in for like the last episode, and it's going to tie in at least what we saw with this one. I mean, not much for too much for the first one.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. What was your favorite part of the episode?
My favorite part of the episode, I loved it when he was like, "Don't shoot in here. There's all this history stuff." Because I love history, and like, I was more worried about the history stuff getting shot than I was about Sherlock getting shot.
That's pretty big.
Oh no.
I thought that was funny, and it also makes you wonder about his character too. Like maybe he really does appreciate art and history, but I also kind of feel like he wouldn't be very sentimental about anything.
No, and you definitely don't get that like in the books. It actually lists in the first story like what he's interested in and what he isn't. This is like Watson looking at him trying to figure him out.
Okay.
And it's like there's nothing in the liberal arts that he's like interested in whatsoever.
Okay.
And like he doesn't know that the earth revolves around the sun. Like anything that doesn't have to do with consulting detective,
So he doesn't
out of
know
his
that
mind.
stuff. That's kind of funny. Yeah, it's weird how you'll have real smart people. I know people like that who are real smart in a subject and they don't know and they don't care to know about some things that I've known since like 8th grade. You know what I mean? So that's real weird, but it's really cool. It's really cool about his character. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. We hit the button.
Episode 3 is afoot.
Guys, thank you so much for watching Sherlock with me and Rick. We really appreciate it. I'm really enjoying the series so far. Rick has done a great job of taking me through it. If you guys want to see the full length, make sure you check out our Patreon. Make sure you subscribe if you like this video. And check out our Twitter, Instagram. There's some awesome stuff on there.
Twitch.tv, we've been playing through God of War as well.